What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Equal Espresso and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Today we're going to be continuing on what we talked about yesterday, that being Call of Duty 2017. If you guys have not seen that video, click the annotation on screen right now, the card that'll pop up for you guys right about now, and it'll take you to yesterday's video in which there was some absolutely fantastic news debuted about Call of Duty 2017. The Call of Duty 2017 is going to be going back to its roots and what has now been confirmed basically as boots on the ground combat. No more exo jumps, no more thrusters, nothing like that. It's going back to traditional combat that fans have loved for absolute ages. So that said, that brings me to another portion that I wanted to talk about yesterday, but didn't really get the time to because I feel like I would have just ended up babbling on a little bit longer than I would have liked to within that if I combined both topics into one. But this one is gonna more so deal directly with the zombies game mode, what is perhaps going to happen with zombies, if it's going to be zombies, all those unanswered questions, what we can kind of decipher and derive of from the information that we have at this very moment. It's not much, but it is a heading in which we can take a look at the direction we're going with Call of Duty 2017 and whatever the title ends up being named, the third mode that we'll be getting this November. But let's take a look at some things firstly to lay out the framework, the groundwork here with this. The big key portions out of yesterday's, which plays heavily into the theories and the discussions we'll have here with zombies, is basically that we're going to be returning to classic Call of Duty. Traditional combat, whether that means once again, say, a modern era, a Vietnam era, a World War II era, or maybe even an Advanced Warfare 2 without the reliance of exosuits, whatever it may be, it is set up by this traditional combat. The boots on the ground Call of Duty returning back to this, that is the big framework that lays this out here, because if you guys do remember Exo Zombies, it was heavily reliant on the advanced movement system that was set up in the campaign as well as in multiplayer. It was all one seamless transition from one mode to the other where you didn't have to, say, take one movement system and look at it in a different perspective with a different game mode. It was something that was all across the board, just simply advanced movement. If you also want to take a look at Exo Zombies, the way that it left off was quite a cliffhanger. Kind of almost comparable to that of another cliffhanger in the campaign, something that maybe both of these would lead up to an Advanced Warfare 2 at some point. Whether fate has it that we get an Advanced Warfare 2, like I said, without exo movement, without exosuits at all, that's something that we don't know of just yet because the universes between the campaign and zombies are a little bit tied together due to the Manticore bomb that created this infection, that created the zombies. All that stuff is intertwined, so it could happen if they do an Advanced Warfare 2 without exosuits, that they do see a continuation of not only one story but both, but also if it is something where that is severed completely, will we be getting zombies at all? That leads into the next portion here of this, where we have to take a look at basically who's at the helm here of this. Who at Sledgehammer would be responsible for something regarding zombies? And that leads me to the man in question, Cameron Dayton, who is currently listed as the creative director at Sledgehammer Games, and his current bio on Twitter reads, "Putting guns, gore, and grits into the next Call of Duty." Author of the best-selling cyberpunk novel Etherway. Now, I'll be totally honest with you here, I actually didn't catch something up until right about prepping for this video. I had this all planned out where we were gonna talk about something in his bio that was there publicly, but it currently is not anymore, but it was there as of yesterday. When this was in question yesterday, people screenshot it and you got the resulting image on screen right now, and you can compare and contrast what people found in his bio as compared to now. It says putting guns, zombies, and grit into the next Call of Duty, not putting guns, gore, and grit into the next Call of Duty. So perhaps a little slip up, perhaps a little bit of a bio that has not been updated for quite some time. Maybe it was something left over from Advanced Warfare, or maybe this was jumping the gun a little bit and giving away a little bit too much, in which I believe then would make for a fair prompting to change your bio. Now, whether or not you want to dismiss this as something that is simply inspect elemented, tampered with, photoshopped, whatever you want to label it as, that's completely up to you. I can't sway your opinion one way or the other, but this came directly from his account yesterday, and it's interesting to see a little bit of a changeover here from this. But then this also brings me then into the theory and the logic behind all the third game modes as of recently within Call of Duty, not just one specific game, the entire franchise as a whole. Activision has completely seen the profits that zombies bring. It is a massive market, hence why in the mainstream media and all around pop culture there is zombie references left, right, and center, and it's something that it definitely is a very unique market, a very passionate market of fans, and especially after Treyarch started the campaign for zombies all the way back in World at War, feeding it up until Black Ops 2, whenever then it got picked up right after Ghosts with Advanced Warfare, and we've seen zombies ever since then. It's pretty much a safe bet to me that I think we're going to have zombies every single year as a third mode, until something comes up that can either challenge zombies as a whole or act as something that is completely unique that maybe overtakes zombies. It's something that might not be the best bet to risk everything to go out here with this, but also just maybe play into what people want to see. So it's something that the past couple of years have had zombies, and the cycle doesn't really look to break all that much. So if that's the case, we could end up just logically seeing zombies once again in whatever Call of Duty is coming within the later months of this year. Now, piecing this all together and assuming that we do end up getting zombies in Call of Duty 2017, what approach does this then take for the zombies game mode, the storyline, and the gameplay mechanics overall if we are confirmed to have boots on the ground? This is something that honestly I don't know exactly at this point. It's definitely a big change up and curveball from what may have been originally planned with an Advanced Warfare 2, in which you can just pick up the storyline and figure out where Oz, the clones, were being held, why it was being held like that, why the things were going on with the Atlas Corporation, that this Oz was a scapegoat figure, that really there was a multitude of them and the infection was still going to live on. That entire storyline may be cut short by this boots on the ground aspect, or perhaps it's not. If we go back in time or modern era, it's definitely going to cut it short, but if we end up doing an Advanced Warfare 2 without exosuits, which is again something that could make sense, I don't know if it realistically would happen. If it were to be something like this though, the storyline could pick up. So the way that I see it is that we're probably gonna get zombies. My guess would probably be in the range of 75% to 90% sure we're getting zombies. I can't put that extra bet on the 100% until we're actually confirmed with something, because stranger things have happened. But overall, if I were to say this, I think that we're going to end up getting either a brand new storyline or maybe like a 25% chance we get an Advanced Warfare 2 continuation of Exo Zombies without exosuits. And whether or not it's even branded as Advanced Warfare 2, there's probably just in my mind a slim chance that we get that storyline still continued, crossed over. But again, it really just comes down to where we end up seeing this in time, any more information that we get here in the near future. And as Activision said in their investor call, a reveal is on the horizon, labeled as soon. So all that said, that is where my case ends here with it, and I would love to turn it over to you guys for a little bit of a discussion. What do you think here of this? Are you guys hoping for a zombies mode in Call of Duty 2017? Do you think it's going to be something that is an Exo Zombies continuation? Do you think it's going to be something brand new entirely? Whatever it may be, I would love to hear your feedback here down there in the comment section down below. Of course, with speculation and theories like this, there is no right or wrong answer, so whatever you guys think, feel free to drop it down there in the comment section down below. But that's where we're gonna wrap it up. I want to thank you guys so much for watching here, sticking through this entire thing. If you made it this far, I know I do babble on a little bit here with it, but there's a lot to discuss, so I wanted to get it out there all on the table for you guys. And that said, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like down below. Really does help the video and the channel out. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date with everything Call of Duty 2017. The hype train is starting to roll out of the station here, so I'm definitely going to be on this. I'm going to be keeping you guys up to date with absolutely everything you need to know here about Call of Duty 2017. I'm excited to get the ball rolling here on the next title to get you guys all the information, so stick it right here on the channel. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that is the best place to get connected with me here outside of YouTube. I practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, feel free to follow me over there. That link, once again, is in the description below. And finally, if you guys want to check out either of the two videos on screen right now, one will take you to yesterday's Call of Duty 2017 video, and another one will take you to the new most rare camo in Modern Warfare Remastered. Check out either of those two videos on screen, and I will see you guys later. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. My name is Nikolai Espresso. Take care, and peace.